guys, it's Brittany. So today's video obviously has nothing to do with the paranormal, but I kind of wanted to change it up a bit because a few kids have messaged me about bullying and the troubles they've been having, and I just kind of was inspired, and this is something that aggravates me a lot. It's something that I am very passionate about, and it's something that I stand up for, and so many ands. But it's something that I totally relate with. I feel like I should make a video about this because I want to spread the word and I want to help people, and I hope by the end of this video that you guys will feel better about yourself. And I'm not just targeting like younger kids who are watching this, I'm targeting everybody, because I know a lot of the people who watch me, they are kids, but like if you're a teenager, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s and you watch me, that is awesome, and I hope that I make you feel better in some way. So I just want to get into how I was bullied for all those years and how I've overcome it. Obviously not 100%, but I am a totally different person today than I was back then. And if I could go back in time to all those people who were mean to me, oh, I would die to do that. I would love it. So it all started in elementary school. The first thing someone ever said to me was, "What's wrong with your face?" And I was like, "My face?" And this guy was like, "Yeah, it's like so flat." And I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, what does he mean by flat? Like, I just didn't understand. That was the first time someone said that. And I'll never forget it. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it still like plays in my mind sometimes. I didn't hear, like, no one ever said anything until like months later, and then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So yeah, that's how it started, and this whole bullying thing was about my face. And I know like some of you are just like, what? Like, that's so stupid. No, it was not stupid. It destroyed me as a kid. It was awful. Every day these people were coming up to me saying my face was fat, my face was flat, my face was round, it was huge, it was like a basketball. It looked like I got hit in the face with a shovel. It looked like I got hit in the face with a baseball bat. I never found anything wrong with my face, anything wrong with me as a kid. I didn't think anything was wrong with me. But as soon as these kids start saying stuff to me, it was all I could think about, and I started, you know, I would spend hours in the bathroom just looking at myself in the mirror and just trying to see what these kids saw, because to them it was like I was an alien, and I didn't think I was an alien. I thought there was nothing wrong with me. It affected everything about me. That's all I could think about. And I would come home from school crying, being upset. It was just getting worse and worse. It wasn't getting better, and I just thought this was my life. I remember this one time I was walking through the hallway. This was when I was 10 when this happened, and I still remember this like it was yesterday. And all the 8th graders were by their lockers, and we were walking in a line like with my class, and all the 8th graders came up and they're just like going like this. They're like, "Fat head, oh, you got a fat face, oh my god, your face is so flat, why do you look like that, bubble head." Like, they were calling me everything, and everyone in my class heard. So then like all the bullies in my class were joining in, and just like, you know, like what you see in movies when like everything's kind of in slow motion and you hear like people laughing at you and they're all like pointing, ha ha ha, and it's kind of like in slow motion, their voices are deeper. That's what it was like, and it felt like hours. I was in ballet from when I was 3 years old until I was 14, and just I was so sensitive about the word face or like the word head. Like, anytime someone was talking about someone's face, like I would always look up and just be like, are they talking about me? It was so bad. And I remember when I was in my dance class, my ballet teacher, like, we had dance recitals, and she always put me in the front, and I never knew why, because I wasn't the greatest ballet dancer. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't. I asked her one day, I said, "Why am I always in the front?" Because there was a girl in my class named Allison, and she was so much better than me, and she was always behind me. And I just said, "Why am I always at the front? Why isn't Allison?" And she was like, "It's because your face is so round and full, and it just looks so good with you being in the front." And I'll never forget when she told me, it's like time stopped, and I just stared at her. I was frozen. I'm just like, oh my god, even my dance teacher thinks my face looks like this. And for the rest of that class, like, I was, you know, doing my routines and stuff, but I was so upset. I was like, I had tears in my eyes, and when I got home that night I was crying. I was so sad, and I just, because I was thinking everybody in the world thinks this about me, and I thought it was gonna maybe be better in high school because people like start maturing in high school. No, it was bad in high school. I had an awful high school experience. I hated it from the minute I walked in ninth grade. I could not wait until the last day of 12th grade. I could not wait. It was so bad. I mean, the first week of high school wasn't that bad. I went to a huge school. It was overpopulated. There was 4 floors. It was humongous. Like, I got a workout just walking to class. It was so bad. I looked different when I was 14. I kind of looked like Avril Lavigne, I guess you could say. Avril Lavigne was my idol. I loved her so much. I wore studs. I wore a lot of black. I had really dark makeup on, black nail polish, and you know, I just looked like how Avril Lavigne used to look. And I guess that's kind of why I was a target to people. But then people started making fun of my face again. And I was just in disbelief. I could not believe this was happening. There's this one kid, and I won't say his full name, but his name was Chris. And he was awful to me. Absolutely terrible. He had a friend named Tyler. And Tyler was so mean to me. He would say my face was fat, it was so wide, flat, everything that I said, that the kids said to me in elementary school. He used to draw me on the chalkboard in my math class. Draw me. He would draw me as a stick figure with a huge head, and he'd write Brittany beside it with an arrow, and everyone in the class started laughing. And I just sat there. Like, even the 12th graders, they were all mean to me too, and what the 12th graders attacked me most for was the fact that I looked like Avril Lavigne, and like I think they just thought like I was this poser and I was like trying to be punk or something. It was 10th grade, I forget which class it was, but I sat beside this kid named Jordan. And if you guys have noticed, every person who bullied me was a guy. It was never a girl. Well, there was one girl, but that was it. And you'd think it'd be girls who were coming after me, but no, it was always guys, always. So when I forget what class this was in, but I sat beside this guy named Jordan, and he, oh my god, he was awful, and I wanted to strangle him because he was so mean to me. He would constantly ask me, did you get hit in the face with a baseball bat? And I'm like, no. And he's just like, well, it sure looks like it. And he just would like, you know, just act like I wasn't human, like I had no feelings. Like, he was just awful, and my teacher was there and did nothing about it. And I remember one time I was walking home from school with my friends, and this guy, Alex, he came up to me and he was like, did you get hit in the face with a shovel? At first it didn't clue in about like how it's like the baseball bat thing, and I was like, no. I thought like my face was red or something like that, so I was like, no. And then it clicked. I'm just like I never told my friends, but they'd be like, what did he say? I'm like, nothing, just nothing. And I would like tell my parents and stuff, and they'd say there's nothing wrong with your face, but then I would just say this, okay, well then tell me this, how do all of these people who don't even know each other say the same thing about my face? How? Well, like the 12th graders, like I said, like they were so mean to me. Like they would come around and hover around me in the hallway. I mean, like circle around me in the hallways and say a bunch of stuff. They would call me Avril Lavigne. I'll never forget this time. This was in 10th grade, and I was at my locker going to get my books for my next class. And excuse my language to some of you out there. So this guy comes up to me. I didn't even see him come up to me. He just whispered in my ear. So I was getting my books, and he comes up to me and he whispers in my ear, your skirt's too short, slut. And I was like, I just looked at him like, what? And then before I could say anything to him, he walked back to these 3 girls, and I looked, and there's 3 girls over there, and they're all like laughing at me. And then I remember this one incident too. I was walking on the 3rd floor at lunch, and I was with my old friend Jen, and we were walking, and we walked by this whole group of 12th graders again, and one of her brothers actually was in that group, and they all were staring at us, and I was just like, are they thinking about my face? Like, what? Oh my god, I'm so sick of this. And so we walked by, and her brother was like, hi Jen, and Jen was like, hi, and then he was like, and hi to Jen's friend with the big gigantic face. And everyone was like, ah! They all started laughing and just like pointing at me. Like, it was the loudest laughter I've ever heard. I don't know if you guys remember this thing on Facebook, because I joined Facebook in like when did Facebook come out? Like 2006 or something? Because everybody in my school was like, do you have Facebook? Do you have Facebook? And I was like, what the heck is Facebook? So I finally got it. And I don't know if you guys like remember back in the day, like people who are my age, but there used to be this thing on Facebook where people can write to you anonymously and you knew who it was. I mean, you knew whether it was a male or a female. The male would be blue, the female would be pink. So one day I was on it and I noticed I got all these anonymous messages. I was like, oh, let me see what they'll say. Like, I wasn't expecting anything bad. I don't know why I was not expecting anything bad because of all the crap I went through at school. There was a few from males and there was 2 from the females, and like the male side said, like, one said barf, just barf. Someone said I was ugly, someone said that I have a huge head and a huge face, and on the female side they wrote, you are so weird, or they wrote like, I always thought you were so weird. Someone wrote, you were a poser. The person who wrote barf, that was Chris, the guy that I was telling you about earlier. That was totally Chris. And I remember I just got really pissed off. I was walking in the hallway and I saw Chris and he was at his locker, and I walked by and I said, barf. That's what I said to him. And he looked at me. He didn't say anything, but he just kind of looked at me. And then my friend was like, what was that all about? I'm just like, nothing. I just kept on walking. And I remember I turned around at him and he was like facing this way and he was just like that at me. Because he knew that I knew it was him. Like, I'm not that stupid. And I remember one time I was on MSN. I remember MSN back in the days. Oh my God, good times. I was on MSN and this little box came up saying that somebody wanted to add me as a friend. So I was like, oh yay, I'm so excited, who is it? So I didn't know who they were, so I added them. And I was like, hey, what's up? And then all of a sudden the display picture, you know how it like just like appears? It was Chris. And then I don't want to say what he said because it is kind of inappropriate, but he said some nasty things to me in the message or on MSN, and I was like, he's everywhere, this kid is everywhere. So I blocked him, and all night I was just thinking, like, is this ever going to end? I am so sick of this. How am I going to, you know, like, live my life? Like, this is an everyday thing. It's been going on since I was 8 or 9 years old, and it's just getting worse and worse. So one day in class, I don't know how it happened, but like I was just doing my work and stuff, and this girl, she heard me say that I don't like rap music and that I like rock music, and she got so mad about that and she threatened to beat me up, and she scared me. I mean, like, this girl was like a tank. Like, she was scary, and I was just like, oh my God, like, what, you know, just what else is there? Bring it on. I just let it all out today. I don't want to hear it every day of my life. Just everybody who has something mean to say about me, just say it now, please. Just get it out of your systems. Like, I could not deal with it. So I was scared about that. I was scared to turn around a corner because I thought I would see Chris over there. I was scared to go over here because I thought I'd see that Tyler kid. I was scared. Oh my God, there was another, and that Jordan kid. There was this another kid. His name was Maddie. Oh my God, that kid. He was awful too. He was in like 3 of my classes. So it doesn't help when you're in classes with these bullies as well, because you just dread the whole day. I think it was English. And I remember I was on the we were in like the computer lab, and I was just like typing on the computer, and I could tell that Maddie was staring at me. So in my head I'm like, what now? So I look over at him. I'm like, can I help you? That's what I said to him. And he's just like, like, he laughs. I'm like, what? And he's like, your face is so big. And now that's the first time Maddie ever said anything really to me, and he doesn't know anyone who makes fun of my face, so that hurt my feelings a huge deal, because I was like, oh my God, now this guy is saying it. It just was never ending. And I feel for all of you guys out there, all of you girls, all of you guys who go through this, because I was there and I thought there was no way out. No way out. I was devastated every day. I would cry a lot. I just thought, this is my life. This is my life. This is how it's gonna be for the rest of my life. But now, like, I want to get into how I kind of overcame it. I'm not like 100% like over everything. Like, things still repeat in my mind, obviously. I just built this really thick skin one day. I just decided not to care what anybody thinks. To all of you kids out there, you teenagers who are in school right now, I just want you guys to know that it gets better. And I know you probably hear that all the time, because I used to hear that all the time when I was going through it. And in my head, I'm like, no, that is total crap. It does not get better. And I'm telling you right now, yes, it will. When you're out of school, Your life is going to be totally different. When you hit 18, your life will be completely different. You will never see those people again. I want you guys to know this, that we are all the same. We are all humans. We are all put on this reason, or we are all put on this planet for a reason. We're all individuals. We're all unique in our own ways. The way you look, the way you act, the way you are is what makes you who you are. And I started realizing that about myself. I started looking at myself in the mirror and saying, you know what? I kind of like my face. And without my big round face, I wouldn't be Brittany. I wouldn't be Brittany. And that's what I kept telling myself. And I started liking it because it makes me look more youthful, even though I don't have to really worry about that right now. I think it's kind of cute. And, you know, some days I do get insecure about it. Don't let these people influence how you feel about yourself. Because like I said earlier in this video, I never saw anything wrong with my face until these people came into my life and started telling me things about my face. Telling me things that I never saw about my face. If none of this ever happened, I would never even think that my face was big or anything. I would just think I was, I just looked normal. But it was because of those people who influenced the way that I thought about myself. And nobody should ever influence the way you think about yourself. The only people who should matter in your life are your family and your friends. The people who have nothing but negativity to say to you or about you, they mean nothing to you. Don't even give them the time of day. You just walk wherever you're gonna walk like it's your runway. You strut down that runway. You work it. Honestly. You will build so much more confidence if you just think, who cares what these people think about me? I love the person I am. I am the perfect me. Just like I am the perfect Brittany. I mean, there's obviously other Brittany's out there, but the Brittany in this body, I am the perfect Brittany. No one could ever be like me. Just like how nobody could ever be like you. You're special, you're unique, and you're different in your own way. And you're meant to be here for a reason. So just erase what these people say about you. I wish I could go back in time and think the way I'm thinking now and tell 9-year-old Brittany to think like this. I wish I had someone to watch on YouTube. There was no YouTube back then. I wish I could watch someone make a video about this and tell me how to overcome this, how to move on from this, how to ignore the bullies. I wish I had someone like that. So I hope that I am that someone to you, and I'm hoping that I'm helping you. Life is so short to even worry about what people think about you. They're jealous. You know what? Haters don't really hate you. Bullies don't really hate you. You're basically the reflection of what they wish they could be. If they see someone who's strong and confident in themselves, who struts down the street, sidewalk, school, mall, whatever, and works it everywhere they go, they're gonna see that and target that person and try to bring them down to make themselves feel better. The more successful you get in life, the more haters that are gonna come and try to tear you down. And my hat is really starting to bother me. Oh my god. My hair probably doesn't look that great. Anyways, guys, I really hope that... Oh my god, what is wrong with my hair? Excuse my hair. Oh my god, I was getting a headache there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that I've inspired you, and I hope that I've made you feel better about yourself if you're going through a similar situation that I went through. I am obviously very happy now in life. I am much happier being out of that school. And, I'm just a lot more confident in myself, and I just don't care what people think about me. I am a free spirit. I do whatever I want. And, people don't like me, then they don't like me. I really don't care anymore. I'm just having fun. I know I'm a good person. And, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then let me know in the comments below. I would love to do more videos like this. My channel obviously is paranormal, of course. It's the #1 thing. But it's fun to have some different videos from time to time. So if you guys want to see more, then let me know. And if you want to see how I deal with bullies today, even though like people don't attack me anymore, like no one comes up to me and goes, oh my god, your face is so flat, like oh my god, it's so nice not to hear that anymore. But you know how you run into like those weirdos just like out and about, they give you weird looks, they may say something to you, or they're just like plain rude to you. I have a way of how to like deal with them. And even if you're like in school and you're dealing with bullies like the way that I dealt with bullies, I got a way for you. So if you want to see it, then tell me and I'll make a video to show you how I do it. It's kind of all within the face. Gotta do something with your face. And it works, I swear to you, it's like amazing. And I made it up, so it's like, I feel like a genius. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. All my links will be in the description below. Please like this video and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in next Tuesday's video, which will be the shout out, so stay tuned. Bye.